Council.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkmylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out of our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out of our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering,
Awesome.
where's Tory? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah.
Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready, we ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in radio land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Hey, salute. Hey, thank you for joining me this Thursday, January 8th, 2026. Who we got in the chat? We got Kawanda. I see you, Kawanda. What's up, Willie? I see you, Willie. S.E. Mr. Hayes in the chat. Jeff. Josh. Sir Johnson in the chat. We got it. You know, a lot of people joining the chat. If you ain't joining the chat, get involved. Jeff. Not really a city girl. That's it. Hold on. Do we got Ronald? We got a new one. Ronald Watts in the chat. Sincere Running Way Real in the chat. Hey, look, we got another powerful conversation for you today. So I'm going to need y'all to hold on. We got guests. Hey, we got somebody running for governor stopping in. Kelda Royce at 2 p.m. from Madison. The senator out of Madison coming through. Hey, also today I was at Hope School. We had a talk. I had, you know, how they had the assemblies. I was talking with the kids today, you know, about bullying and things like that and working together. It was powerful. It was a powerful conversation. And once again, being active, it just makes my day when I talk to the young people. And I remember when I was a young person, all young people need, the ones that really are trying to develop, is some good instruction. So, like I said, that was an amazing time I had. Salute to Hope School. Give Hope School a round of applause, Andrew, because they reached out and we were able to make it happen. The one thing I do know is that I put the kids to work. So don't have me come and talk, because I'm going to put people to work. And so now I got some young people working on, you know, dealing with the bullying in the school, the way I organized it to where I got some soldiers now that, you know, it's going to try to work to stop it. You know what I mean? Work to help young people that's going through it. I told everybody who was getting bullied in the school to come out by me. And to my surprise, it was a heavy amount of kids that felt like they was getting bullied. And so, like I said, you got to understand that these minds that we're trying to develop into the future, we got to put in better systems when it comes to public safety. I mean, I think bullying should be marked as a safety threat and it should be dealt with swiftly and immediately, and making sure that they're putting systems together that are to the point. If you want to act crazy here, you got to go. We can call and talk to the parents, but many times a lot of that bullying came in from the house. So you many times when kids get in that space, they bring in that energy from home, that attitude, that spirit. So we came up with a way to work with it. I'll be back in a couple weeks to check on everybody. So I'll tell you when, you know, it got a part 2 to this. So I can't tell y'all everything because I want y'all to, you know, I got to make sure that it work first. You know what I mean? So I installed it
And now the second time I'll see when I call people up to where I'm at to see if they got bullied. Let's see if it reduces. So if it reduces, I'll open it up to the public. But if it don't, then I might still have to tweak it. But I think we got something here. I think we got something going. I think we got a lot of kids that really wasn't really paying a lot of attention to it. But I think that now that they're put in a space where they have to confront it, let's see what they do. Let's see if we can reduce the amount of kids that are being bullied. So but it was a handful. I was shocked that it was that many. Like, it had to be at least 25, 30, like it was a hefty amount of kids that came by me, and we definitely had to point out that this is not what people come to school for. And so when you give people responsibility and they take it and they accept it, they tend to do a lot better. I think I'll equate it to when you clean your room, you don't want nobody coming in messing it up. Now, you can mess it up because you fixed it, but once you clean something, you don't want nobody to come and step on with the dirty feet and mess up the bed, and now you have more concern because you have taken the responsibility to keep it in a certain space. So what I did was I gave them the responsibility to keep or protect those that were being bullied. I gave them the space to accept the responsibility to fight against it. Basically, that's what took place in so many words. So we gonna see. Then when I was leaving, I played my song. Actually, when I was there, and this is my song. This is my song that I played. Now, this is my new song. This is my theme song right now. And Andrew played. This is what I was playing when the kids was coming in and they started dancing. This is the Tory Lowe theme song right now. And they was doing the dance, and so they gave me the Bluetooth, and I played it loud on the speaker.
If you ain't know, I get the pesos.
Hey, this gave a good vibration, especially talking to the kids. And so we'll have this song in rotation. I felt like dancing. Well, let's go to break. And when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll get into the show. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke. Truth Nation is the best fan base in the country.
This is my first time calling in, but I listen to you all the time, and I appreciate you and with Bill Brown and everything you stand for and everything that you do. So I want to say thank you so much for being you.
We want you to tap into the talk and text line every show, every day at 833-212-1017.
Hey, man, this station is on fire the last couple days.
Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 The Truth.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives, from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
If you ain't know, I get the pesos. Got a lot of brothers, some of them play bro.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We got a situation that I wanted to bring up, kind of connected to Minneapolis. Right now, Minneapolis is hot. It's a lot going on over there in Minnesota. But new NPS deputy superintendent is on leave. We just hired the guy amidst financial crisis investigation. Under investigation. Well, we got some video if you watch this, we broadcast live. We're going to have to tune in to this because he was making like $240,000. That's the kind of job he had, but now there's some kind of investigation going on. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got some video on this. Let's listen.
We needed to be more transparent, and we did that.
That's Ibrahima Diop, a name unfamiliar here in Milwaukee. For the last decade, Diop has served as the senior financial officer for Minneapolis Public Schools. 3 weeks ago, Diop was hired by the Milwaukee Public School District as the Deputy Superintendent of Operations, serving under Superintendent Brenda Casilius with an annual salary of $240,000. This past Friday, the Minnesota Reformer reports Diop and 2 other senior leaders in Minneapolis were put on administrative leave. That's after the school board learned they failed to submit necessary financial paperwork to the state as the district faces a $25 million budget shortfall. Sound familiar? It might. I've been reporting on Milwaukee Public Schools' own financial missteps for the last year and a half. In May 2024, we learned MPS also failed to submit its own financial records to the state, and the state threatened to withhold tens of millions of dollars. On Wednesday, I tried calling Diop, but did not hear back. A spokesperson for the Minneapolis district says, due to privacy laws, Minneapolis Public Schools cannot comment at this time. I also requested an interview with MPS's superintendent. I wanted to know why Diop was hired, if the district knew about Minneapolis's financial issues, and if the superintendent previously worked with Diop during her stint in Minnesota. In a statement from MPS, a spokesperson tells me, we learned of this new information late yesterday. We are reviewing it with the city attorney's office and will make a determination based on the facts involved. They added, we cannot comment on the details of any personnel matters. We've also been told Casilius and Diop did not work together.
Okay, well, and salute to Generate for doing these investigations, bringing it out to the public. You know, I truly appreciate when she looks into something. I truly appreciate that. But look what's happening then with this guy being affiliated with some over $25 million missing out of his last school district. But now, hey, he found a job right here at MPS. They got a whole bunch of financial issues and paperwork, fudge paperwork. What's going on here? Like, who's doing the hiring? Is there any good people out there that they can hire that ain't engulfed in no scandal? He ain't even been on the job 3 weeks. I mean, he wasn't even here that long, and now he's on leave. Is he on paid leave? Because even if you're on paid leave, your salary here was $240,000. So if you're on paid leave, you just here making money sitting at the crib, you know, while they investigating you. And they trying to tuck them to the side. But Jenna Ray, she put this out here. And what is he coming here for to do? We just got a tax increase, a property tax increase from the referendum. We got all this money coming into the system. He just left a system where $25 million is missing. And now he here ready to work for MPS. Hey, opening up shop. Hey, let's go. Let's go, people. Here we go. Here we go. Once again, MPS is a mess. And they're hiring people that have created or left messes behind. I don't know about this one. Who does the interview process for MPS? Who is that person? Somebody hit me up in the chat. If you know who is the person, is it the administration? Because they get top dollar. Like, this is malfeasance a little bit, because if he's involved in fraud, or, I mean, if he's under investigation or something going on with his last job, and now he's here to do a job that handles finances, and the last finances is messed up, what do you think finna happen? Oh, it's like NFL. It's like the NFL. Like, they'll fire some coaches, but then they'll go to another team. You know, maybe he'll do better on the next team. Maybe this situation didn't work out. So we gonna fire him from over here, but now he gonna pop up in another team as a head coach. And somehow they feel like he can do a better job on our side of the fence because we got a different staff or something like that. No, he gonna go in there and stink it up. That's what's gonna happen. If you ain't got the touch, you know, you ain't gonna do too much. And I think that if you got a track record of burning people, what you think you gonna do at the new space? I ain't saying he under investigation. I ain't saying that he, you know, I don't know the guy. I don't put it out there that Tory said he's gonna rip off MPS. I didn't say that. But is the chances high? Damn. I ain't saying I don't know him. But you gotta use a person's track record to try to figure out what you can, you know, how you can kind of work. He got a resume. So if his resume got $25 million missing, what you think gonna happen to us? It's already some money missing. And it's already the paperwork messed up. Didn't the teachers go like a little bit of time without getting their check? Wasn't the teacher on the news saying that they didn't get their check? And then last year, all of the extracurricular activities, all the coaches were saying that they weren't getting their check. Then Pulaski, one of the schools, couldn't play in the playoffs because they didn't fill out the paperwork. And now you done hired this guy. Here we go. Who is this guy? What they saying in the chat? Who do the background checks is my question. That's what I said. They not doing no background checks? Well, all right. All right. I'll say this. The paraprofessionals was beating up the kids. And they weren't doing no background checks. Last year we read several stories where the person who was supposed to know how to handle the kids was beating the babies up. They even brought one guy back a couple times like Freddy Krueger. They was using them to make the kids be quiet. I don't know his name. This may not be his real name. This is just me being funny. But Mr. Williams back. You know what I mean? Mr. Williams, they was threatening the kids with Mr. Williams. If y'all keep acting bad, we're going to let Mr. Williams come up in here, the paraprofessional. Mr. Williams is going to come up here and get y'all. Came back a couple times. He had a whole record of beating up the kids, doing something to the babies. So this is the kind of people that they got down there, that they hiring at the school system. And now this man is laying low. I want to know if he getting paid, because that's a sweet deal. I got a whole investigation going on in Minnesota, but I'm here laying on my couch sipping on lemonade in Milwaukee. They just got raises. Okay? All right. You know what, Andrew? I didn't want to start 2026 off like this. I didn't want to start 2026 off with the NPS. I was just at a school talking about bullying and trying to move things forward. Then I look up and see this.
The kids are better than the adults.
I don't know. And they learn, these the ones that they got to learn from. And if the top messed up, what you think going on the bottom?
Rotten apples.
Well, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have the Pop Culture Report. Stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I'm Angela Bassett. As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, one bite can turn an ordinary meal into a life-threatening reaction. And too often, they don't have the one thing that could save them: epinephrine. But emergencies don't wait. And when a severe reaction happens, being prepared makes all the difference. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine that makes it easier than ever to be ready. No needles, no hesitation, because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready-to-act.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I slept in a lot of different rooms, different beds, but none of them really felt like mine. I spent 14 years in foster care, mostly in group homes. And I never had much stuff because I always had to be ready to move. Why get things if you just have to let them go?
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a forever family and a permanent home of their own.
Now I have my own room with walls that tell my story. I love hanging out in here. I play dress up with my sisters and I sing and make videos. But the best part? Knowing I'll always have a place to go and a family that loves and supports me.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
This Associated Bank Sports Center update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. Wednesday night, the Milwaukee Bucks came up just short against the Golden State Warriors, losing on the road 120-113. Giannis Antetokounmpo led all scorers with 34 points, with all the Bucks starters reaching double figures. The Bucks face off against the Los Angeles Lakers on Friday night on the road. And last night, the Marquette Golden Eagles were able to hold on against Xavier, winning 66-65 at home. Next up for Marquette is a showdown against Villanova at home on Saturday. The Miami Dolphins have fired head coach Mike McDaniel after a 7-10 season. McDaniel had a 35-33 record with the Dolphins. His firing makes 8 new head coaching openings around the NFL. And tonight, the 10-seeded Miami Hurricanes take on the 6-seeded Ole Miss Rebels in the Fiesta Bowl of the semifinals of the college football playoffs. Kickoff is at 6:30 p.m. This True Sports Update was brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report. Hey, we got a special guest in studio. We got Steve Scafidi, host of Point Taken on WTMJ from 10 to noon, also co-host of Green Bay Game Day, and former mayor of Oak Creek.
Yes.
In studio.
Love it. It's been a while.
Now, look, I know you didn't already put your time in today, but I just need a few minutes to talk about a couple things that everybody's talking about.
I told you this yesterday. Always an open door to my show, and I feel the same way with you.
Let me tell you something. 5 years on the air.
Yes.
And I remember when we was in the old building, and you've always been like that. We've always took time to talk and try to, talk about current events and topics and things like that, and I appreciate you for that because you would always give me the tips. I would always try to get some tips from you because you was a former mayor, and I'm like, hey, like, why is this? What is that? Why are they moving this way politically? So
I picked up some things in my life, and I'm 67 years old, and I've been a mayor. I worked in the private sector for 28 years in television, and I've been on radio for almost 10 years. You learn some things. You pick up some things. It's like your work in the community is part of the reason you sit in this chair because you've learned things, you've seen things, you understand things. And what I love about you, you're not afraid of anything, man. You just go at it, and whether it's a conversation or whether it's an action. But oh, by the way, a little aside, every year you plan your community cleanup. Every year I'm in Vegas. Not this year.
Why are you coming out to the cleanup this year?
I actually got the date. I put it on my calendar. I'll be here. I will be here. Yes. For you.
Now, you would always tell me about taking trips with your audience.
Yes.
You go on trips.
I do.
What is that? Like, because in Truth Nation, let me tell you something. I've been trying to get on a trip from the Tory Lowe Show, because he would always tell me, oh, you need to get out there with the fans. You go to very extravagant, like, long trips with your listeners.
Italy, Tuscany.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful. The rivers of France last year. Germany. I mean, this year I'm going 2 of them. In 3 weeks, I'll be in Cancun, just having some fun in the sun.
Oh, wow.
With about 40 people. And then later this year, Hawaii with 53 people. More sun.
They just booking it ahead of time.
They want to travel with me. Now, here's the hook for you. What are you passionate about? Where do you want to go? And why should they go with you? That's it. That's the selling point. For me, it's just fun. I deliver fun. I'm all in. Some hosts, they show up for an hour a day, give a little speech, they leave. I live with these people.
Right.
I literally say this at my first introduction. I will read a book to you to help you fall asleep. With the door open in your room,
right? Just
for safety's sake. But I'll help you fall asleep. I'm all in on this, and that's what people love about these trips.
Powerful.
It's fun.
Man, I gotta, who want to go on a trip with Tory Lowe on the Tory Lowe Show?
I mean, that's it. Where would you go?
I would first go to, like, Bahamas. I would try to get my first trip would be the Bahamas. Yeah, I would do something with the Bahamas.
I smoke cigars and I love rum, so what's not?
Then Mexico, we would go to Mexico.
I was just in Mexico.
That's
4
what
weeks
I'm saying.
Ago.
Like,
yeah.
Just to have fun, and I don't even have vacation time. Like, I got a lot of vacation time because, we get vacation time. But then I try to cram it in December because all year I'm running around trying to assist and deal with people. Now I want to make sure that I do really good vacations, but we got to have a trip for the show.
How do you recharge the batteries if you don't take a vacation every once in a while? Because you stay up.
I'm trying to figure that out.
Too late.
I'm trying to figure that out.
All right. What'd you bring here me to talk about today?
You know what? I want to know a couple things because Minnesota's hot right now. Absolutely. There's a lot going on in Minnesota. Absolutely. But before we get to Minnesota, I wanted somebody that you kind of understand the political realm a little bit, being a part of the, being a mayor. What is going on with Venezuela?
That's a big question. Obviously, the abduction of...
From what you can see.
Yeah, from the abduction by U.S. military of their now former leader, Nicolas Maduro, who's now being held in detention in the United States. A country that has been very communist-friendly and very detrimental to our interests, which are oil in that country. It's one of the most mineral-rich, oil-rich, just basically everything, every natural resource is in Venezuela. And what has happened over the course of the last 30 years or so is they've pushed back against us and they've limited our ability, one, on the economic side, to reap some of the benefits of that, of a good cooperative relationship with the country, and two, the citizens of Venezuela have suffered because they've been oppressed. And, I said this on our show the other day, Point Taken. Revolution is never easy. It doesn't happen that often. We are a byproduct of revolution because that's how our country started, pushing away from Great Britain. But it's not easy. And in the country of Venezuela, even after the abduction and removal of Nicolas Maduro, what comes next could be worse. So this is a story that is just beginning. It's not the end of the story. Whatever happens to Nicolas Maduro will happen. He'll be tried in U.S. courts for various charges. But for the people of Venezuela, and more importantly, the relationship between the two countries, which is strained, can it improve? That's a big question that's really, really hard to answer with the limited information we have right now.
So it's not about oil.
It's about everything. It's about everything.
I heard that America's dollar is built on our control over the oil. Basically, that's what backs the U.S. dollar because it makes it strong. Yeah, it's a big industry. I think that when you talk about people trying to create different systems like BRICS, they're basing it on the natural resources as well. Yes. So I think that we kind of have control over the economy because for a long time, the dollar has been the main exchange.
And it's weakened over the last year or so. So here's a couple things going on here. One, the oil company executives that were all over the networks last night are saying, we're going to slow roll this one because then, as I just said, the uncertainty that exists in Venezuela is real, and you don't pump dollars into something where you can't trust where the money's going and how it's going to impact your business. The other piece that's really significant, the administration has almost the opposite approach. We want... I'm acting for the administration, speaking for the administration here. We want U.S. oil companies to be all in. Mm-hmm. That dichotomy, that weird, tension is something that has to be figured out. There's no easy answers here. Venezuela is a big, strong country with a lot of people. And until this president and this administration and Venezuelan citizens figure out what comes next, the oil companies and everybody else will not know what to do. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
That's a good hot take.
Yeah.
Also, I want to come back to the United States. Minnesota has been in the news for a couple things, but as of recent, a woman was shot by an ICE agent. I gave my take on
Tell me what your take
620.
was.
My take was, from my point of view, when I'm out at protests and police officers are around, I always tell people, step back because it's a gray area when you approach officers. And if they're not there for you, what are you there for? So you got to kind of establish that. Now,
be careful.
Yeah, be careful. But when it's federal and you're approaching them or you're in the space where you're engaging with them, many times when people protest, they want that face-to-face look that they show in the newspaper. I don't even want that. I want to be like farther away because I don't want them to grab me, throw on charges, obstruction. So when I'm out and about with protesters and we're in this type of situation, I tell them to step back. I automatically tell them to step back because many times they're not financially equipped to handle if they start getting accosted. So when I saw this video, and I hope Andrew can run the video while we're discussing this, when I saw this video, I saw something that I've seen in real life before, where she kind of panicked because they were trying to approach her. She tried to reverse and drive away, but during that process, one of the agents was standing in front of the van, and he was the one that actually shot her. But what I'm saying is, I don't feel that her intentions was to harm a person.
Oh, I completely agree. I don't think that's what she was there for. She was there to protest. But here's the thing. You mentioned it. When you have that tension, when you're closely interacting with each other, the law enforcement community, in this case ICE, they don't know what your intentions are. So they have to try to guess or figure out what you're going to do next. They don't know if you're going to try to run over an officer or not. Do I think the officer, the ICE agent, overreacted? Yes, I do. And I don't even think the ICE agent in question, who we still don't know the identity of, was following protocols. That's another piece of the story, is many of these newly hired ICE agents, and I don't know if this individual meets that criteria or not, they may not have the training necessary to do this. But I'm going to use a fault line analogy, right? San Andreas Fault, Southern California. When you have an area of high tension, the last thing you want to do is increase tension. Right. You mentioned it. Getting in the face, getting in front of law enforcement, whatever degree, whatever level that is not going to improve the situation.
It's not.
Doesn't mean you can't protest, but do it in a way that doesn't ramp up the agitation and the tension in the environment. That's what happened there.
And I agree. I do this when I'm out. I always tell people it's not worth the conflict. I stop looking at the mainstream media showing this face-to-face, police with shields, citizens. That's mainstream media. In real life, I got to deal with when they get arrested and don't have money to get out of jail, and then they looking for attorneys. Attorneys is not going to take that. That's too gray. And then you get into the federal agent, you definitely going to have to foot that bill, because you're going to get citations and things like that. And no judge in the country is going to go against a federal agent unless they're just egregious, super egregious.
Yeah, and I had a local attorney on, Rick Esselberg, who's argued cases in front of the Wisconsin Supreme Court. And he said this is such a gray one. It's highly unlikely, he said, that they're going to rule against the officer or the agent in this case. So what do we have? Again, this is another one of those what comes next stories. I've been very vocal about this administration pushing on the question of illegal immigration, right? So they have inserted themselves, ICE agents and the organization, into these communities. The biggest problem I have with the current administration, the Trump administration, not that we shouldn't round up criminals, we should always encourage that. I think that's a standard that should exist for everybody, regardless of the politics.
Even on the local level.
Yes, but this woman, last time I checked, at least as far as I know, is not a criminal. She did the wrong thing at the completely wrong time, but she's not here illegally. It sounds like she's a U.S. citizen. She's 37 years old, which is a tragedy beyond tragedies, because now she leaves behind a son who doesn't have a father. Grandfather has to come and sort of be that fill-in parent. It's a sad story. But don't interject yourselves into situations that are highly volatile, dangerous, because you're not improving the outcome. And that's I know it's a hard thing for some protesters to understand, and you have every right to protest. But don't make a bad situation even worse. That's always been my belief. And I've been in protests on the observation side. I've seen them happen. I luckily didn't have them in Oak Creek, but I've been part of other ones and watched it happen, watched it unfold. It gets really dangerous really quick.
I had to fight a situation right here in Milwaukee with Terry Williams at the lakefront, where the officer put himself in front of the vehicle while he was trying to escape or find an escape route at the lakefront from a sheriff. Deputy. So these people were able to get off because of the circumstances, and being in front of the vehicle, they don't know what your intentions are. But no, people who are trying to get away, they're not saying, "Oh, I'm finna run somebody over." She's just maneuvering in the vehicle she's in, and you can see that the wheel was turned to go straight the other way, and the officer, the agent, was just there. But he, like you said, why escalate the situation? I don't know what she was originally there for in the first place. I only see the end of what happened. I don't know what happened in the beginning. I don't know if it was a protest. I don't know if they was trying to block the street. I don't know, because a lot of protesters are starting to try to maneuver in these situations. But I got 2 words for anybody that's trying to get involved with these federal agents: Hannah Dugan. Exactly. And if that judge can get done like this, what you think is going to happen to you?
Yeah, now she's resigned, and she'll obviously appeal her case. I feel so badly for the state of Minnesota. Obviously, you can go back to George Floyd. They had the killings of their elected representatives in the state of Minnesota that happened last year. It is and now, of course, the tragedy yesterday. It's a sad state of affairs. And as much as I like to have fun with the relationship between Wisconsin and Minnesota, mainly based on football, there are neighbors in the Midwest, and I feel for these people. My understanding is the woman was part of a neighborhood protest that was essentially trying to form a car blockade, so that the ICE agents couldn't.
Trying to impede. See, right there, you woke up that day and put yourself in the wrong position. Because I tell protesters, you have a right to voice your opinion. This is why we elected officials. You can write them a letter. You can see what they can do. But when you insert yourself physically into a situation, they have an edict that they got to try to resolve, because this is what the current administration ran on. And America voted for this. I mean, you may not like it, but this is what was campaigned on.
Absolutely.
So what I'm saying is, you're not going to stop that with your car. And no, I don't care if a person is donkey gang or elephant gang. Nobody wants to see a person lose their life. And that's what happened. And I think both sides feel like they didn't want to see this.
We're on the same page on this. I think it's an unfortunate tragedy, but don't escalate the incident beyond what it should have been, which was a peaceful protest.
Well, look, when we come back, we got Steve Scafidi in studio. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Honest, direct, and always thought-provoking.
Nice people get applause. Oh, that was a thoughtful thing to say. It's like when you ask somebody a question and the person repeats back to you, good question. They're being nice, but kindness earns respect. Being nice pleases people. Being kind improves them, and that difference, the one personal strength you should always have, character.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, weekdays from 4 to 6, live on YouTube and broadcasting on 1017 The Truth.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends, if it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
There's nothing like Milwaukee Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The dunks, the defense, the roar of 17,000 fans. It's even better when you're with friends or family. From jaw-dropping plays to buzzer-beating threes, every game is packed with unforgettable moments that you'll get to share together. So gather your crew and get your single game tickets today at bucks.com/single. That's bucks.com/single.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Damn, I hate to hear that boy Lowe.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report, brought to you by Steve Scafidi, host of Point Taken on WTMJ from 10 to noon. Thank you for coming through for the Pop Culture Report.
Absolutely. I want your bump music. I want your producer's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. I see him every day.
That's what's up.
We have a lot. I found out, this is totally random, but I was talking about a point I was trying to make on the show, and all of a sudden we realized we just read the same book.
What?
Malcolm Gladwell, Revenge of the Tipping Point. It's a great book.
Oh, wow.
You should read it because it's very relevant to what we're talking about today.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I'm going to have to check that out.
All right. You a big reader?
I think I read something that I'm interested in.
So every year I make a sort of, not a stupid resolution like go work out, which is always important.
Put the fork down.
Yeah, there you go. That's the magic. No, mine was last year read 24 books. I read 25, and I keep a list. This year it's 50 books. Already knocked out 2 in the first week.
Oh, that's powerful.
I'm on my way.
That's powerful.
And for the first time ever, not ever, first time in the last couple of years, I read some fiction last year, which I usually just read nonfiction, the real life stuff. But I needed a break.
That's what's up.
So I ripped through 3 books in like a couple weekends.
Now, you are a former mayor of Oak Creek. Now, the mayor of Minneapolis made a statement about this ICE shooting, and a lot of people felt that he could have been a little unprofessional. But I want you to hear this again. If you're watching as we broadcast live, we got the mayor of Minneapolis responding to the woman getting shot by the ICE agent, and I want you to hear his reaction. If you're watching as we broadcast live, let's listen.
They are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, this was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying, getting killed. To ICE, get the out of Minneapolis.
Oh, wow.
We do not want you.
Strong words.
Hey, get out.
Get the out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have used that word. This is my sense. And I've been in some pretty volatile situations. We had a mass shooting in Oak Creek in 2012 that I had to deal with, a brand new mayor. Mm-hmm. And I was very passionate and very caught up in the agony and the grief of the Sikh community who suffered that tragedy. 6 people killed then, and obviously another person from that shooting died a couple years later. But I'm not a fan of elected leaders, mayors or otherwise. Even the President of the United States has sort of dipped his toe into this arena of using language like that because I think it doesn't improve the situation. You may not know this or not. I use the F word when I'm not on the radio.
Well, I do swear too.
Yeah, absolutely. Right?
But it's not in the public.
And I don't use the word in anger. And I'm listening to Mayor Fry speak with those words in an angry tone. And last time I checked, and I got great advice from a former mayor who told me after our shooting, one of your principal jobs as mayor, this is from Steve Hogan, who was the mayor of Aurora, Colorado. And if you remember that story, that was the theater shooting, mass shooting in a theater. He called me the night of our shooting. He said, your number one job is to calm your community. Those kinds of words are not calming. Those are more passionate, raise up the arms.
Driving the protest.
Yes. And again, it's perfectly fine to protest. But if your protest makes the situation worse, what are you accomplishing?
And worse for you. Because a lot of people that protest are poor. Right. And you don't see a lot of wealthy people. I see a lot of bust-in protesters because they're getting paid to protest, and then you get people who are truly concerned, but they don't got $700 to spend because they're trying to maintain. So I don't practice people getting arrested at protests. I don't practice it. I've never put a protest on where somebody outside of me got arrested. I'll get arrested because I'll wake up and be like, okay, this is the day I may get arrested. I already have the money put aside to get bailed out. But what I'm saying is I see a lot of people get caught up in the hype. They'll get out there, and words like this will kind of lead them into a space where all out or nothing against something that they probably can't win.
It's a point in his history as mayor that he'll have to confront at some point, because at some point someone's going to run against him, or he'll not be mayor anymore. And it's something that's on your record. You were a mayor that chose to go that far in your response. And look, I completely understand the anger. One of your citizens was killed in a situation where no death was required, and that's tragic and sad, and all the things we just talked about. But to me, that makes the situation worse, and I'm not a fan of it.
Right. Well, like I said, I think there are going to be some protests in Milwaukee over that too. Yeah. So, like I said, but be safe. You have a right to fight and protest and things like that. But if you're going to approach these agents, make sure that you understand that it's going to cost you. And whatever, if you're willing to pay the cost, I don't know. But it's not cheap. I'm trying to tell you, that's federal court. That's a lot of attorney fees. I'm trying to tell you, make sure that you're prepared, because these are not the situations if you are financially not there to get involved in.
If you're going to protest, use your brain and your voice. Make the smart decision on how you conduct yourselves, how you're in a safe place. You started this conversation about talking about getting right in the face or right up to the... That's an area of uncertainty, and then when you have that area where anything could happen, sometimes really bad things will happen, and that's what we're talking about with Minneapolis. It's tragic. Horrible.
Before you get out of here, I know you are the co-host of Green Bay Game Day.
Absolutely. Alex Strofe and Gabe Neitzel join me from ESPN 94.5.
Paf!
That's a trio.
Now, let me tell you this. Do Packers come out with the victory?
I'm optimistic. I'm going to say...
Against the Bears?
Yes. I say the Packers... I'm going to say this. I'll say the Packers win 27-24. High-scoring game.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know what the point spread is. Probably not. It's 1.5, so I'm saying 3. Packers win. Maybe a late... How about a walk-off field goal? What do you think?
I think that it's Green Bay all the way. I think that the Bears won the last game. The Packers won the first game. Bears won the last game. And if you go with the pattern, it's our turn to win.
Thanks for having me in here.
Hey, thank you, Scafidi. I appreciate you. And thank you. I have to come down. I'm going to have to come at 9 o'clock and get on the show and do some chatter with you.
You are always welcome, my friend.
Look, Steve Scafidi, host of Point Taken on WTMJ from 10 to noon. Thank you so much.
Go Pack.
Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we got guests. We got guests. Stay locked in.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Regroup, rethink, and reshape, and get on the front lines. It's only to your benefit. I always tell people, you helping the overall ideal of a better community, it actually helps you out. It helps you out. It helps your family out. It's time. Do not bring that reactionary attitude into the new year. This is the best time to start fresh. This is the plot. They plot this out, and it's been going on for years. This is normal. This is the way it is. This is where we are right now. It's all buddy-buddy. And if you're not a part of the friend situation, you're not getting in. They don't want nobody getting in and seeing where the messy. That's why I'll never get in. Because they know I'm not going to play around about my community. They know I'm not going to sit in no meetings and see y'all shucking and jiving and sniggling and giggling and not say nothing about it. I'm going to tell you to shut up.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Live on YouTube and right here on 101.7 The Truth.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkmylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
Join the movement. Listen to the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, the locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah, Milwaukee, stand up, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready, we ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And we got guests. We got Kelda Royce, an American attorney, small business owner, and Democratic politician from Madison, Wisconsin. She is a member of the Wisconsin Senate, representing the Wisconsin 26th Senate District since 2021. She previously served 2 terms in the Wisconsin State Assembly from 2009 to 2013. She is a current candidate for the Democratic Party primary for governor of Wisconsin for the 2026 election. How you doing?
I'm so happy to be with you, Tory. Thank you.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. You in the race.
I'm in the race. I'm having a great time traveling this state.
Now, the governor is a lot, is a lot of responsibility throughout the state of Wisconsin. So I'm gonna try to walk through a lot of the concerns. Mm-hmm. But what made you decide to run? Why did you run this year?
Because we need somebody who can fight Donald Trump and this Republican regime, and when they're trying to hurt Wisconsinites, we need somebody who can win this election because we cannot afford to go backwards with a guy like Tom Tiffany. And we need someone who is prepared to govern on day one. Mm-hmm. And I have the most experience in the race in and around state government, making change for almost 25 years in every kind of legislative environment, not just as a legislator and a leader, but as an advocate, somebody who ran a statewide nonprofit, somebody who's a small business owner.
Well, you know what? It's a lot of Democratic candidates in this race.
There sure are,
Hey, it's packed.
All friends.
It's packed. What do y'all say to each other when y'all see each other? Most of the time it's cordial, but now that y'all running against each other, do y'all talk? Is it still cool?
I mean, a lot of these folks, I've been in politics a long time, but, so many of these folks that have come into politics in recent years, I have supported, I have mentored, I have, been with them as they've run for other races. And so it's nice to see each other. Like every time, I see David Crowley, I make a beeline for him. Mm-hmm. I give him a hug because it's actually great to see him.
That's what's up. Well,
yeah.
Wisconsin families are facing higher costs in groceries, housing, and everyday necessities. As governor, how can you ease those costs for the citizens in Wisconsin?
Well, I would say two ways. Number one, people got to earn more money because it's hard to bring prices down. But if you have more money in your pocket, then you are better able to afford your life. And we can do that by raising the minimum wage dramatically. $7.25 an hour is not livable for anyone anywhere. And restoring workers' rights like collective bargaining, the ability to join a union. That's really important. But we can also bring down prices on the bigger ticket items like healthcare, like housing, like childcare. And I've got detailed plans for how to do all three: expanding access to housing, building more, reforming our zoning, making better use of the dollars we already spend on housing. On healthcare, I want to open up the state employee plan that I enjoy as a state senator to anybody. Let anybody buy into the state plan. It's a low-cost, high-quality plan, and it would save a lot of people money.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Hundreds of thousands of Wisconsinites are at risk for losing health coverage and paying more for insurance. That's a huge issue, and I think you touched on it. But how can we get some state safeguards up?
Yeah, this is critical because not only are people going to lose their health insurance, but we have providers all over the state, hospitals and clinics, especially in rural areas, but also urban communities like Milwaukee, that are going to close when people lose insurance because they aren't going to be able to pay the bills. And so it's not just the loss of insurance for individuals, it's the loss of access to care for whole communities. The best way that we can expand access to health care today that's affordable is by having a true, robust public option, letting everybody buy in. Now, listen, I'm a single-payer person. I think it's crazy that we ration healthcare in this country based on your job or your ability to pay instead of the fact that you're a human being and you need to go to the doctor sometimes. But we've worked for 15 years to expand Medicaid. The federal budget, the recently passed Big Ugly Bill, has essentially taken that off the table for us because it's going to cost us $500 million to implement. For that amount of money, we could dramatically expand access to the good state healthcare plan that I enjoy that should be open to anybody to buy in. And it's low-cost, high-quality insurance, and it would be your option as a small business owner, as an individual, as a big company. If you don't like those double-digit increases you're getting from your for-profit insurance, buy into the state plan. It's your choice.
There was a recent situation where Governor Evers they wanted to look into the SNAP benefits, where they're going. I mean, with what's going on in Minnesota, with Tim Walz recently dropping out of the governor's race due to the fraud that's going on in Minnesota, how can you fight against that? I mean, public trust is important.
Yes, it is.
And when you talk about misuse of funds, fraud, a lot of people, want to look into where the SNAP benefits is going because they're trying to find out a lot of fraud. The federal government is trying to look into Wisconsin and try to see what they can find with the SNAP benefits. How do you feel about the federal government looking into SNAP benefits and fraud or possibly fraud in Wisconsin?
I want to be absolutely clear. Anybody who steals money from the taxpayers, from us, the public, deserves to be prosecuted and put in prison. That is outrageous. When you violate the public trust in that way, you have harmed every single American, and it's unacceptable. But I start, when I think about corruption, I look at the highest levels. I see a president who has stacked his cabinet with billionaires, and he is weaponizing our own federal government to make himself and his family and his friends richer. They have not just change the tax code to benefit themselves, make private jets tax deductible, give themselves sweetheart deals. But he's actually used the government to enrich his own family's business holdings, right? And to me, that is absolutely outrageous. And I want to see corruption at any level stopped. But I don't think we turn a blind eye to the corruption at the top just because, there might be some waste or fraud or abuse by the little guys.
Well, it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
A lot of people depend on those resources.
They sure do.
So
and
I wouldn't marginalize it.
And, the truth is that people who receive benefits like that, earned benefits, the fraud rate is very, very low. Usually when people are talking about fraud, what they mean is somebody made a mistake.
Misuse of funds.
Complicated forms. No, like they made a typo. Or, they picked up an extra shift that week and then they and then they reported it, and then they were disqualified from getting health care because they were over the income limit, right? They were too rich, making $11,000 a year or something, right? And so I think we got to be really careful when we talk about trying to take away people's benefits, like their food or their health care that they rely on, low-income people. And we should be very aggressive in prosecuting corruption and fraud, especially at the scale that we're seeing by the Trump regime.
Now, where's your stance on immigration right now in the state of Wisconsin? A lot of the farmers said that they needed a lot of the immigration ideas to help them farm their land because most regular people do not want to do those jobs. But now you have a mandate from the government to kind of get involved, and that's what you see in Minnesota right now with the woman eventually, losing her life to trying to stand against or kind of confronting or being involved in in this situation. But where do you stand on this right here in the state of Wisconsin?
Listen, Wisconsin's top 3 industries are manufacturing, agriculture, and tourism. Every one of those industries is heavily dependent on immigrant labor, right? Different kinds of labor in different parts of the state. But the reality is we don't have enough people here in the state to run our economy without immigrants. Now, I don't want to have laws on the books that we can't enforce. We can have safe communities and secure borders, and we should, but that is not what Donald Trump is doing. What he is doing is empowering an untrained, lawless, violent force into American communities. They are kidnapping and disappearing people. They are violating all of our rights.
Are these American citizens or
Some
migrants?
of them are American citizens. Many of them are people with legal permission to be here. They're spouses of U.S. citizens, green card holders, permanent residents. And they're taking them without due process. They're disappearing them. And then, of course, yesterday we saw a woman, an American citizen, a mother of a 6-year-old boy who now will grow up an orphan because they shot his mother dead. That was murder. Let's be very, very clear. She posed no threat to those ICE agents. She was there as a legal observer. She was there, like so many of us, protesting the illegal and unconstitutional actions of ICE, something that she has every right to do as an American, and they shot her as she was trying to leave.
I agree her intentions, from my opinion, wasn't to hurt anybody, but I think that as a person that have dealt with protests, and I said this earlier in the show, just stay out the way with these federal agents because it's a gray area.
It's very dangerous. It's not legally is not a gray area.
As an attorney,
dangerous.
When you walk and approach a situation as a person that have mitigated or told people to back up because I don't want what I saw on that video to happen. These are things that we have to try to train ourselves to not get as close or not to get involved. To me, as a person that had to tell somebody, hey, look, relax. First of all, relax, because I know I see that you're starting to get hyperactive. Relax, calm down, and react calmly in these type situations. I think she was just trying to get herself out of the way because they were approaching her. And I've seen that happen before. And, and I just say, that was a tough situation for somebody to be in as far as like the woman, because she came out that day to do something, but you also got to know how to respond when things happen.
Well, listen, it's a very dangerous situation when you have untrained vigilante forces that have been given permission by the president to act in lawless ways without any accountability to us as taxpayers. They are coming into our communities. They don't have adequate training. They're not like our local police forces. And, even with our local police forces, you have to have accountability, right? They are there to help keep us safe. And that doesn't always happen, right? And I say this as the daughter of a law enforcement officer, somebody who spent his career in law enforcement as a prosecutor and as a law enforcement officer. We need public safety, but we also need to understand that when you pick up that badge and you put on a gun, you take on a responsibility, and you don't get to just shoot first and ask questions later. Absolutely
Well, I
not.
deal with it all the time. Like I said, Terry Williams down at the lakefront was shot by a sheriff deputy who wasn't charged with a crime. And so, like I said, you just have to be cautious. And I always tell people that when I'm out, don't even go near them.
Yeah.
You don't have
it's
to get close.
It's a scary situation because, they're in many of these situations, there is not accountability for police officers who discharge their weapons and hurt or kill people. And nobody wants to be in that situation.
Well, maybe you can get some justice reform in here. Get some laws. Get some laws in the state of Wisconsin. Some better ideas when it comes to when these type of situations take place. So
what we're doing is not working right now.
Well, look, when we come back, I want to ask you some more questions. I got some more questions for you. Also, I want to know specifically things about Milwaukee because we need a lot of assistance from the state. Mm-hmm. Hey, look, we got a lot of different things that I want to talk about. I was just looking at this question about farming. So when we get back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
You are listening to the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
This is Sherwin Hughes from The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. And Truth Nation, you can now watch my show live on YouTube every day from 9 a.m. until noon. Yep, you can get 3 full hours of watching Sherwin doing his thing streaming live on YouTube Monday through Friday. You'll get the same insightful conversations about policy, politics, and lifestyle while also seeing my reaction to the unpredictability of our listeners. So go to YouTube right now, subscribe to 101.7 The Truth, and see this wonderful smile live every day.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey Journey team, it's me, Coach Erica. Happy New Year. Are you ready? Because the time is now to begin your journey to success. This is your season to level up. Keep striving, keep pushing, and keep doing. No more waiting. No more excuses. Your journey starts today. For more information or to connect with me, visit ericaodomjourney.com. That's ericaodomjourney.com.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
What up? You know what it is? What it do? Yeah, yeah. Oh. Tory Lowe. I see you working, putting in them hours. You on your grizzy, I see you grinding. Man, you should be getting paid by the minute. You don't stop working.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We got guest Kelda Royce. She's running for governor in the 2026 election. Look, Milwaukee got a lot of issues. I want to get to this Milwaukee. I want to get to the city because usually Milwaukee kind of pushes a lot of the political candidates into office due to the fact that it's a liberal township,
Yes.
Democratic township.
Milwaukee is very important to the state, both politically and economically.
Right. And many times when we talk about those votes, we always say, well, what do we get out of these votes? Milwaukee education, when it comes to education, when it comes to things that We depend on the state. We got a lot of taxes. We got taxed this year. We got extra taxes that took place on the property taxes. NPS referendum added more taxes. It just seems like the people in Milwaukee are just continuing to be taxed. What are some of the things that you have in mind to help the city of Milwaukee?
Well, I first of all want to say that I love Milwaukee, and I understand that if Wisconsin's going to be strong, if we're going to have a vibrant, powerful economy for the 21st century, Milwaukee's got to be strong. And we've had politics for the last couple of decades where the Republicans have basically spat on Milwaukee again and again. They're doing everything they can to undermine Milwaukee and to pit the rest of the state against Milwaukee. And that has
Is that
gotta
just
stop.
from what point of view, like as far as what? Like the Democrats seem like when we talk about local government, this is a Democratic ran township. So I can't go and say that Trump messed up the city of Milwaukee.
And Milwaukee,
I won't do that.
Listen, any human institution is going to have challenges, right? Because none of us are perfect. But I think the way that Milwaukee has been demonized for political purposes by Republicans at the state level is really cynical and it's wrong. And we've got to stand up against it and say, no, listen, Milwaukee has its problems like any other place. But Milwaukee has a lot of spirit. Milwaukee has a fighting spirit, and I want Milwaukee to thrive.
But we get out and we vote all the time. Like we get out and vote, and we just want to know what are the result-based concepts that we can actually bank on from you. What are some of your things that you want to actually specifically get done here?
Yeah, my big priorities that I think are going to disproportionately help Milwaukee are raising the minimum wage and restoring collective bargaining to put more money in the pockets of workers and working families. We're going to fully fund public education, everything from early childhood, childcare, to K-12, to public higher education. Milwaukee has been really disadvantaged by the way that Republicans have starved our public schools of funds. We are going to open up the state health insurance and retirement plan to allow anybody to buy in. That's going to mean more vibrant small businesses opening up. And we're going to protect your freedom. We're going to protect Milwaukee's freedom to make its own local decisions. That's been really taken away by Republicans, taking away local control, and we're going to try to restore that.
Do you get to lower the taxes?
Yeah.
Do you get to make sure that we can get a tax break?
You know what, Tory? Every place I go in this state, every place, people are talking about their property taxes and how high they are. And the reason that they're high, you can point to one place, and it is Republican legislators in Madison that have starved our schools and our local governments of the funds they need. Meanwhile, they are sitting on billions of dollars of surplus at the state level. That is not right. We are already paying our taxes to the state, and the state is supposed to be putting that money back into our community so that we have good schools and good public services and safe roads. And they're not doing it.
So what would you do different from Governor Evers? Like, what ideas would you apply? Because Governor Evers, he said, "Okay, I'm not running anymore. I'm done with running the state." What would you do different as a governor than what's already been happening?
Well, I think we're going to have a very different situation in 2027. I think we're going to have a Democratic state Senate for the first time in a generation. And I think the Assembly is going to be very, very close. And listen, the governor has a lot of power, but for some things you need the legislature. But if we're going to take advantage of this opportunity, if we're going to actually use it to fund our schools, to make change, to improve access to health care for people, you got to have a governor who knows her stuff, that isn't putting her finger in the wind and waiting for a poll to say what the right thing to do is to help people. A governor who's willing to use political power, really wield political power to get things done to make life better for families.
Okay, and then many times when I talk about these state ideas, the governor, many times they have to, deal with what's going on with the Republicans and the governor. How much power does the governor have? Because I think that many times when we look at Governor Evers and we talk about he's managing a surplus many times. So how much of that money can be given to programs in the city of Milwaukee that can be used as resources for people in the underserved community, people that are having evictions ideas that are harming them from, being in a livable space? Rental ideas where, a lot of the residents are renters. They're not homeowners.
Right.
So the landlords have a lot of power here in Wisconsin. So how can we improve some of these ideas when it comes to homelessness, evictions, things like that? Like people many times wonder what can the state do to affect some of the things that are happening on the ground, and middle class as well. Middle class is starting to shrink.
Housing's expensive for everybody. And housing is probably the biggest pain point for most families these days, just because the costs have risen so much faster than people's incomes. So there's a lot that the state can do. The governor in Wisconsin is pretty powerful and has the ability to put out federal funds. And I think Governor Evers has done a good job of distributing those, like COVID area relief funds, getting them out to communities and people in need, businesses in need. But to distribute state money, you need the permission of the legislature. And I've served on the Joint Finance Committee, which is responsible for the state budget. So I know where the money is. I know where it's not going and where it should be going. Housing is a huge priority for me. For 13 years, I've been a successful small business owner. My business helps make it more affordable for people to buy and sell homes. And we need everybody to be able to afford a safe place to live. We need to build more housing at the state level. Of course, we're fighting against the rising cost of building housing because of the Trump tariffs and the way that his immigration rates have hurt our labor force. It's making it a lot more expensive to build. But there's a lot we can do at the state level to ensure more housing stock.
So what can the Democrats do better? If you get in office, what can the Democrats do better to help serve the community?
I think Democrats need to stop being scared of our own shadow. I think Democrats just need to have the courage of our convictions. You know, if you believe that health care is a right and people need to have access to health care and our schools should be funded, then by God, use your political power to do it. Talk about it every day, everywhere you go. Fight for your values. I think, people agree with Democrats on policies. If you just ask them, should abortion be a crime or should it be legal? Should marijuana be criminalized?
Would you legalize marijuana?
Of course. Tax it, regulate it. Let's let adults make their own decisions and let's make sure that this state has the revenue we need. If you ask people, they agree with Democrats on policies, but people don't like to see politicians get power and then make excuses as to why they can't do things.
Like using Donald Trump as an excuse.
Well, I mean, there are some things we can't do without the presidency. But
right, but what I'm saying
plenty
is
that we can do and
when we talk about the Milwaukee, when we talk about the amount of votes that they depend on to come out the city to affect these governor elections, I think a lot of people would scratch their head and wonder, what are they getting out of their votes? What are they getting in return? Because every time we get into these races, we come out. Milwaukee has definitely pushed a lot of people into office. But what I'm saying is we have to have a written plan, something that we can say, you spent your 4 years doing this and we got something out of it.
Yes.
And many times we don't have that something out of it conversation.
That's right. And it can be hard when there's divided government, right, to get all your priorities done. But that's why we need a governor with really strong leadership and really strong principles and a willingness to fight, the courage and the competence to get things done, and who knows what she wants to do. Go on my website, keldaroys.com.
That's what's up.
Check out my plan. I've got the receipts here. I've got the plan.
Well,
I know what I want to do. And listen, I'm not going to promise that I can get everything done that I want to. That's not how the world works. I'm not a dictator. I'm not going to break the law like Donald Trump. But I can promise you that I will wake up every day and do everything in my power to make life better for you, to raise your wages, to lower the costs on the big ticket items like housing and healthcare and childcare, and to guarantee your freedom.
Well, thank you for coming through, Kelda, because once again, as you further yourself into the campaign, make sure you swing back through to let us know what's going on and how it's going. Because I'm sure other candidates are going to swing through the show. But once again, we are going to make sure we keep an eye on you. And maybe, as we progress into the race, when you come back, we may have to get tougher on you. We may have to get a little tougher on you.
Listen, I'm ready.
Questions.
You vet me. I'm here to speak the truth, and I appreciate it, Tory.
Well, thank you so much. And like I said, stop back through. If you get into the big race, you got to stop back through. But I appreciate you for coming through and letting the people know how you feel of moving forward, how you feel that you're going to move forward, and what you can offer the people. And once again, this may not be our last conversation.
Good to be with you. Thanks.
All right, God bless you. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. True community every single day. We're rolling out the red carpet and showing love to those who truly deserve it. Tickets go on sale Monday, January 12th and are just $20 and include free food and exclusive Truth giveaways. Join the 1017 The Truth team for an unforgettable night of entertainment, inspiration, and community pride at the 2nd Annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 in Milwaukee. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Milwaukee College Prep, Cousins Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do the wiggles. The slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
He's just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
This Associated Bank Sports Center update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. Wednesday night, the Milwaukee Bucks came up just short against the Golden State Warriors, losing on the road 120-113. Giannis Antetokounmpo led all scorers with 34 points, with all the Bucks starters reaching double figures. The Bucks face off against the Los Angeles Lakers on Friday night on the road. And last night, the Marquette Golden Eagles were able to hold on against Xavier, winning 66-65 at home. Next up for Marquette is a showdown against Villanova at home on Saturday. The Miami Dolphins have fired head coach Mike McDaniel after a 7-10 season. McDaniel had a 35-33 record with the Dolphins. His firing makes 8 new head coaching openings around the NFL. And tonight, the 10-seeded Miami Hurricanes take on the 6-seeded Ole Miss Rebels in the Fiesta Bowl of the semifinals of the college football playoffs. Kickoff is at 6:30 p.m. This True Sports Update was brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It was the weekend in the city, the day of the dragon, the last of the garden parties, and the last of the summer clubs. The planet got hotter, the fire got harder, and the cities kept on going and part of the house got smaller. Tory Lowe fights the slow lights. Tory Lowe fights the slow lights.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, that governor's race it's packed with Democrats. Hey, they're going to have to slide through. They're going to have to definitely slide through. I think that she kind of gave you like a general idea of what she wants to do. She's from Madison, so she's probably not completely familiar with what goes on in the city of Milwaukee. But like I said, they gonna have to swing back. She gonna have to swing back around if she can make it into, the final two. So like I said, if you are running for governor and you want to get on the Tory Lowe show, hey, we want you here tomorrow.
First one in the books.
Hey, first one in the books. But I do want to talk about a little bit more about that shooting, just for a second. Because when we talk about the shooting in Minnesota, let me get this straight. I don't believe the officer had to shoot this woman. I don't believe in the situation with Terry Williams at the lakefront that the sheriff had to shoot Terry Williams. Okay, I see the positioning of this officer, knowing that she's bagging up and she eventually would have to move forward. All I'm saying is, I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. If the life is lost, especially unnecessarily, many times we're not going to agree with that. I don't agree with her being shot. All I'm saying is it's a gray area, and if I was out dealing with situations, I would tell people to give them room and don't get close, because anything can happen once you start getting, what they say, give me 6 feet. Once you get within 6 feet, it can go either way. So I've never in 16 years, at least from what I was doing, some not organized, had anybody go to jail. I would not organize something where I know that poor people or people who believe in human and civil rights would give money to an agency that they fighting against. I never understood, why would you give $700 in citations and fines to an institution that you don't agree with? That's like paying rent to your ex. Like paying your ex's rent. Like, why would you do that? I mean, if we have an issue, we're going to address it in a way where I'm not finna give you my money. I'm not finna give you my money if I don't like what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. That logic has always been my logic. And once again, my condolences go out to everybody that have been negatively affected by that situation. We got Dejanay on the lines, 833-212-1017, if you want to join the conversation. Also, we got the giveaway coming up, the Gruber Law Office 5K giveaway for you to enter in to win. We got that coming up on the show. So I need y'all to keep your ears open. We got Dejanay on the lines. How you doing, Dejanay?
I'm doing well. How are you, Tory?
Blessings, Dejanay. How you doing today?
Well, I'm honestly just flabbergasted by this whole entire story. Like, I listened to it this morning, and I heard someone on the airwaves, Al from Sherman Park, give his piece on it, saying that, well, the woman should have did this and woman should have did that. But we're not looking at it from a standpoint of these are ICE agents. They're not supposed to be killing people. They're supposed to be, capturing people and deporting them like they're supposed to be, not killing people. That is excessive force. That is not in their job title, at least to my knowledge, to go to the lengths of that. At that point, you're not deporting anybody, even if that woman wasn't even meant to be deported or not. You're not deporting at that point. You just took a life. You just took a life, and you took somebody away from their kids, from their family, from their life, because you thought she was going to hit you with the car. I'm sorry, there's no morally right answer to someone having to have their life taken over something such as that. And that's just really all I have to say about that.
Hey, I appreciate it, because like I said, I don't care what you think politically, a loss of life, especially with law enforcement, I mean, people, alarms go off, did he have to do it? These are supposed to be trained officers. And many times we see that even, when they say they're trained officers, a lot of times when you slow the whole footage down, I mean, was that necessary? In my opinion, it didn't have to happen like that. In my opinion. Now, that's just me. And like I said, that gray area when you're dealing with law enforcement, so to eliminate that gray area, don't come within 10 feet. That if moving forward, if you got a situation where you want to protest, just don't get too close. Stay at least 10 feet away. Keep a great safe distance. Say what you got to say. Feel how you got to feel. But leave that room. Leave the room there for them to operate, because you're not going to resolve that issue right there. 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. We got Eddie on the lines.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
How you doing, Eddie?
Good day, Tory. Lowe. How you doing today?
Hey, we talking about Minnesota. Seems to be the hot topic right now. But people are weighing in on the shooting.
Yes, Tory, here's what I think. I think, I'm just going to be honest. I'm always honest on your show, and I catch flack. Even when I'm on your show, when there's people in my neighborhood listening, kind of writing down, oh, he said this today and he said that. We got to dox him. We got to cancel him. He can't have any opinion other than the opinion that we have and we want him to have. But, part of being a man is that you got to be able to live with yourself. So I try to be as honest as possible on the show. And this is what I'm honestly going to say. Legally, that officer was in the right to shoot. If I was that officer, I would have stepped to the side, because sometimes, even though you're in the right, there's a reality to it. Is he legally in the right? Sure. She made momentum towards him with the car, which is considered a deadly weapon. I have been in situations myself with a gun where I had the legal right to shoot somebody, and I didn't think it was worth it to take a life or to injure somebody,
right,
or even all the legality to it, and, get pulled into jail for a week, get an attorney and all that stuff. But, somebody said to me one time, why don't you shoot that guy? You have the right to. And I said, you know what? That's somebody's kid. That's somebody's son, somebody's brother, somebody's best friend, somebody's lover. I would have to live with that and their poor parents, right? So, do I think he was in the right legally? He was in the right legally. But it didn't look like he could have stepped to the side. He could have stepped to the right. And she could have made off. It would have gotten her, 2, 3, 4 days later, and she'd still be alive. And I'm pro-law enforcement. I'm on the other side politically of these people. I would have stepped to the side. And I think the shooting, I think it was unwarranted, even though legal, unwarranted. Tory, on that note, I'm going to go. I'm getting a cup of coffee. All I do, Tory, when I don't paint is drink coffee. Everybody knows that every day, all the time, Tory. Starbucks should buy me a car is what they should do. Okay,
You've invested that much money.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Hey, coffee and paint fumes. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Honest, direct, and always thought-provoking.
Nice people get applause. Oh, that was a thoughtful thing to say. It's like when you ask somebody a question and the person repeats back to you, good question. They're being nice, but kindness earns respect. Being nice pleases people. Being kind improves them, and that difference, the one personal strength you should always have, character.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, weekdays from 4 to 6, live on YouTube and broadcasting on 1017 The Truth.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends, if it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. The Army National Guard responds to disasters such as wildfires and floods. They protect us with missile defense, cybersecurity, and civilian support teams for chemical, biological, and radiological hazards. Be there for your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry. This is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It could have been me in the pen. It could have been me in the pen. Could have been me dead in a coffin. Could have been me dead in a coffin. Tell me why it wasn't me. Tell me why it wasn't me.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We got to get back to NPS. For some reason, NPS has been talked about several times on this show. They can't stay out the news media, I guess. But NPS coach removed from position after allegedly slapping a student athlete. This is a story I've been wanting to talk about for the last couple of days. But I want to revisit this story because this was a couple days ago. But Milwaukee NPS coach removed. Now, you already know they wasn't paying the coaches last year. Maybe he was frustrated. I don't know. They wasn't getting the check. They was missing checks. I guess the frustration then boiled over. I don't know. NPS coach removed from his position. Slapped the student athlete. We got audio on this. We got some video on this. If you're watching as we broadcast live, let's listen.
Milwaukee School of Languages families and staff were sent this letter detailing allegations that a high school coach slapped a student athlete during a practice before holiday break. The district says the athletic director acted immediately after receiving a tip removing the coach from practice. That coach, identified by tipsters as John Allen, is currently not working in the school in his role as an art teacher while the district investigates. Quote, "We will investigate thoroughly and take appropriate action. In the interim, an assistant coach has been appointed to lead the varsity team." End quote. Read the statement in part from Dr. Juan Baez, the school principal. I tried emailing and calling Allen for a comment regarding the incident.
Hi, John. This is Mike Biermeister with TMJ4 News.
But he did not answer. The district says it's committed to keeping Milwaukee School of Languages students and staff safe, and anyone with any questions should reach out to the district directly.
All right, now, to me, and I don't know what's up with all of these people taking these jobs around these kids and blowing the gasket, popping the fuse. I mean, maybe it's the financial situation. Maybe these coaches stressed out because they ain't getting their checks on time. I don't know, because last year, that was a huge issue. But once again, when you're around kids and you got a bad temper, don't take the job. And if you know you got a bad temper and you get irritated pretty quick, because kids gonna get on your nerves, because they just learning. There's some adults that do goofy stuff, you know. But kids definitely, when they're trying to find their way, they gonna get on your nerves. That's what kids do. You gotta have some patience when you're around the children. Sam King said, maybe it's the kids. It could have been. But you still got to have that patience to understand that the word kids is in the conversation. This is a kid. But, hey, I guess we have some audio on, I guess, the student responding to what happened with the coach. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, we got audio of this, too, as well. Let's listen.
Because I don't feel like he would ever reach his hand back and do that.
He's scared. He intimidates people. People are scared of him.
Two former students spoke with Milwaukee County reporter Gideon Verdeen. He brings us the latest on the investigation.
As the investigation continues, former students are coming forward and speaking up, some in defense of the coach, while others with serious allegations about his conduct.
Milwaukee Public School teacher and basketball coach John Allen of Milwaukee School of Languages has been removed from school duties while the district investigates an allegation that a student athlete was slapped during a recent practice.
Coach Allen was always, a father figure to me.
Former student Darius Teague says he played for Coach John Allen and remembers him as a mentor.
Strict as in he wanted us to do good. He didn't want us to fail as African-American men. That's what I mean by that.
Darius says Coach Allen was strict, but believes it came from a place of pushing students to succeed.
I don't feel like he would ever reach his hand back and do that, because that's a slap.
When he saw the headlines about the current allegations, he says it didn't line up with what he experienced.
If you played around, you're on the bench. If you played around too much, you're off the team. That's just what it was. It wasn't like he didn't sit around. He wanted to win.
But another former student who asked not to be identified says he had a very different experience. He says that in 8th grade, after he walked out of practice, Coach Allen followed him into the hallway and things escalated.
And the thing is, the thing that makes it worse, I reported this to the principals, and they didn't do nothing.
He says the alleged encounter that day changed the course of his life.
He really made me, depressed, want to kill myself, depressed. I didn't even go to high school because I was so depressed.
He says the recent news brought back past trauma, and after years of silence, he decided to speak with me.
I really did this because I hope other people step forward too, man, because I'm telling you, what this did to me, it changed my whole life.
In a letter to families, the principal says the coach was removed from practice and is no longer working at the school. An assistant coach is stepping in as the district reviews the incident.
Wow. I mean, the old school coaches used to be highly aggressive.
Bobby Knight.
Yeah, I mean, they want you to, they want to pull the winner out of you. And now a lot of these young people, they not raised like that. Them old school ways many times look like abuse now that I look back at it, because I remember coaches used to cuss you out. When in practice, call you all kinds of names, call you cupcake boy and all of that, 10 push-ups and, all of this. They used to try to drive you to be your best version of yourself. But I ain't never seen a coach slap nobody, though. I don't know, allegedly, they investigating the student, got slapped. But what I'm saying is, I done seen people get jacked up. With the two hands gripping the shirt and jacking them up. I seen that. But it was normal when I was coming up. A coach jacked me up. Grabbed my shirt, said something aggressive to me. I didn't freak out. I just, all right, because I know what he was trying to say. Think, use your head, Don't get no penalties. Don't cost the team 15 yards. And then you would shake it off, okay, But I didn't consider that abuse. I'm not saying what this coach did. I don't know exactly what he did because I wasn't there. But when I think of a coach just slapping, I don't think I ever seen a coach slap a kid in the face. This is what they claiming, that something happened to where the kid got slapped. So if that's the case, he kind of went a little bit too far. But I did see coaches slap people on the helmet. If they had a helmet on, they would slap them upside the head or upside the helmet, but not hand the skin. I ain't never seen that. So maybe he was at his wit's end. He had coached his last game. Maybe he did a lot of good years, probably helped out a lot of people. And these new kids right now with the disrespect, I don't know. Some of y'all be calling in talking rough about the kids. Some of y'all be saying how y'all gonna get to, try to get these kids when y'all, if they get out of line. I didn't heard it on the line. I heard in my 5 years being on the radio, when we talk about kids, I done heard a whole bunch of stuff that y'all done said on these airwaves. But as a person that's working for the institution, as a coach, many times every 10 years, the product change, and maybe he stayed in the game too long. This is my final analysis on what happened with the coach. Maybe the coach stayed in the game too long. It's time to hang up the ball cap, coach. We respect the work you done put in, but maybe his nerves ain't as good as it used to be. I'm going to leave it like that. NPS has been, we done did 3 things on NPS today, like 3 situations on Milwaukee Public Schools. I hope that NPS can get their stuff together in 2026.
And none of them were good. None of them was
good. Not somebody wanted a spelling bee. I mean, we got that's why I say during February we gonna be talking to kids that do the Martin Luther King writing contest, and then we bring them on the show. Positive. We got to get more positive things out of NPS. Come on now, NPS. It's 2026. Off the top, early. It's January 8th, and we got fraud investigation. Oh God.
Now, if you were a player and you saw the coach hit one of your teammates, what would you do, Tory?
If I was a player and I saw what?
And the coach hit one of your teammates.
I'm going to check that fool. Like, it depends on. Like if he grabbing him with the 2 hands and yelling, that's football. Or if he smack him on the helmet like, come on now, think, pow. That's football. But if he got his helmet off and the coach come across the face with the slap, that ain't football. That's not sports. There's more people that get slapped on the butt and nobody say nothing. Dudes slapping each other on the derriere. That's a part of, you see that all the time. Nobody thinks about it like that. You know what I mean? You know how y'all say pause now. Like, hold up. Like, pause. Yeah, y'all be saying all this weird stuff. But back in the day, that was just in the game. Now, I never seen slapping nobody in the face as being a part of the game. I'm sorry. Coach got to hang the ball cap up. It's time for him to, they may let him off. They may just tell him he can't come back because he did a lot of good things. A lot of good kids had probably a good experience with him. But you can't come back, Coach. Your time is up. Set the cap on the hook. Set the cap on the hook. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more discussion. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Come in with straight truth.
If you acted up, if you were out here doing any kind of foolishness or just something that people know would make your family's name look bad, your neighbor from down the street, if they see the son or daughter, be like, what are you doing? They gonna call you out. They gonna let you know that they saw you, and then they gonna tell you, come here. Now you know I'm gonna tell your daddy.
That part.
There are a lot of times when people are new to an area, they don't know where to plug in. And anybody who plugs in the 101.7 The Truth and listen to you and Dame and Truth Nation would know that there is a significant public outcry when violence happens in our community. Don't worry about the outcry if you're not listening to the right people. So I would encourage her to tune in to 101.7 The Truth and listen to you guys, Denise Thomas, Dr. Ken Harris, Tory Lowe, and definitely Sherwin Hughes every day.
Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Dear employer,
my name is Phil Martin.
My name is Michael Roskovich.
Ronaldo Bird.
Zach Dizer. I am writing to express my excitement at the opportunity to join your team.
As someone on the spectrum, I possess a unique set of skills
that sets me apart from other candidates.
My detail-oriented nature allows me to communicate complex ideas,
to break down data,
to have no fear in meeting new people.
I may communicate in ways that are different from what you're used to.
Structure, routine,
and clear expectation.
Help me do my best work.
My autism allows me to have a perspective that needs to be seen and heard.
It allows me to make the world safer and improve systems in ways others can't.
It allows me to bring people's inner worlds to life with my artwork.
My autism
will bring your team important insights.
Thank you for your consideration.
An autistic inclusive workplace is good for business. It's time to make a change. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/win.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkmylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
Listen to the man who tells you exactly how he sees it. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah, Milwaukee, stand up, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah, Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We about that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready, we ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the 3rd hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And I want to talk about this situation. The pregnant woman found in the house fire, found unalived in the house fire. Now, this story been going on online, on social media. It's been talked about in the news. I wanted to make sure that we talked about this situation right here on the Tory Lowe Show because when the story first came out, she was found in the house fire. Let's run this story, the one where they said that she was found in the house fire, because now we have an update that I want to talk about after that. If you're watching this, we broadcast live, let's listen.
I can't explain it. I can't.
Disbelief followed by unanswered questions.
I just want to ask him why.
Gladys Johnson's mother, Michelle, found her 5 months pregnant daughter unresponsive inside their home Monday night.
Why would you take her life like that and you knowing she was having a baby by you? What was on your mind? If a person don't want to be with you, just walk away.
Milwaukee police say they were called to this home near 26th and Hadley around 11:30 p.m. Monday. Detectives say a man brandished a gun, then started a fire, and was later arrested. Before the flames, Johnson says the man, who is the father of Gladys's 3-year-old daughter and unborn son, tried to convince her that her 22-year-old daughter had been asleep all day upstairs.
He was blocking the door like, no, you got to get in here. I turned around. That's when he pointed the gun at my daughter.
Oh, wow. That's when she says she called 911. Minutes later, she could smell smoke while in the kitchen.
I look around. He running out the back door. Got the fire off the bed. I got the fire off the windows. But I wouldn't leave my daughter. Only thing I wanted was my daughter not to burn.
Johnson says she believes her daughter was shot before the fire. However, Milwaukee police cannot confirm that at this time.
I said, grab her too. Grab her too. And, put her to the hallway. And then that's when they seen the blood and everything when they moved her off the bed.
A pain Johnson is reliving after losing 2 kids in a fire more than 3 decades ago.
Y'all just don't know how this hits me.
Oh, wow. Once again, my condolences to the family. And this situation, when you talk about domestic abuse and things like that, and then tried to set the fire, and it's so crazy. But finally, we got an update on this story where the medical examiner says that the pregnant woman was death was a homicide, and the police found that out once they started moving the body. But let's run that audio as well and video. Let's listen.
Key County Medical Examiner's Office is now calling the death of 22-year-old Gladys Johnson a homicide. Her body was found inside her home here near 26th and Hadley Monday night. Police said that they initially arrested a 21-year-old man for arson. Now, police records show the man was booked on a recommended charge of first-degree intentional homicide.
Why would you take her life like that and you knowing she was having a baby by you? What was on your mind? If a person don't want to be with you, just walk away.
Wow. Fox 6 spoke with Johnson's mother, Michelle Johnson, Tuesday, less than 24 hours after she found her 5 months pregnant daughter in their home. Milwaukee police say they were called at around 11:30 p.m. Monday for a man with a gun, who then started a fire in a bedroom. Johnson says the man, who is the father of Gladys's 3-year-old daughter and unborn son, tried to convince her that her daughter had been asleep all day upstairs. Fox 6 is not naming the man, as he has not yet been charged with a crime. Police records show a 21-year-old man was arrested on a recommended charge of first-degree intentional homicide.
I just want to ask him why.
The medical examiner noted there was a history of domestic violence. Court records show the man and Gladys Johnson shared a child in common, but there is no indication the man had a criminal history in the state or restraining orders.
All right, well, once again, my condolences go out to the family. But when you talk about relationships, people getting aggressive, people abusive situations, and many times a lot of those situations end up with one of the partners unaliving the other partner eventually because they didn't say it so much or they didn't mention it. And this is why I don't even want to be around anybody that says anything abusive to me. Like I don't even want to even deal with it because I got a bad temper. And then if I say something back, they already got a bad temper. So that's not good. That ain't even a good thing for me. So I tend to I probably won't engage in this situation ever again. Like I understand. I don't want to see the finished product from people dealing with abuse or verbal abuse or spiritual abuse, or I don't even want to enter into it. If I see it, I'm not dealing with it. Period. Because I know how it ends up. And I deal with a lot of families that call me when many times it ends up like this. In this type of situation where the woman is in a situation or, that they need to leave, or the family is calling me because he on the run. I understand what I'm saying, Truth Nation. So once again, at the top of the year, we have situations where this woman was pregnant and had a child by this man. And no matter what the situations are, she did not deserve to lose her life. We got Al on the lines. If you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. How you doing, Al?
I'm doing fine. Maybe it'd be a good idea for you to do a segment on rejection since men can't take rejection. Because it always ends up with somebody being dead. And then the other thing is, I keep hearing people say, oh, she tried to run him over. Wisconsin Vision has eye exams on sale starting at $80. Because I'm not seeing none of this. Because you see the woman backed up and she went around, but maybe they got glaucoma, or maybe they got cataracts, or maybe the people are seeing 3.
I don't believe she tried to run him over. No, I don't believe that, Al.
Yeah, but all these people keep saying that. So maybe they need to get their vision fixed. And one thing you have to understand when it comes to ICE agents, these are low-end, low-trailer, racist, Class DF who could not find a better job, okay? And you cannot take away something that's within their heart. And it's more disturbing when I see black men, and y'all should be the last people to have y'all black ass up in that white people stuff, because you know you're going to be the first one to go down, you goddamn dummy. Y'all have yourself a good day. Bye-bye.
Hey, I tell people to stand down. I've been saying that before all of this. Stand down. Because if something happened to you, you just going to be another news story and people going to go on with their lives. Unless they can use it for an advantage politically, use your story politically to gain an advantage on somebody, you know, which happens too. We got Brother Love on the lines. How you doing, Brother Love?
Hey, greetings, Brother Tory Lowe. How you doing, man?
Blessings, Brother Love. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Hey, Tory, man, so the argument started the fire.
No, the male seemingly started the fire, and the girl was already unalived when he started the fire.
Okay. Now, Tory, I hear your point when you say, you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to argue with someone if they insult your intelligence.
No, I'm going to leave.
Like that.
I ain't got to stick around.
But okay, can you incorporate this truth in there? He's 21. We're not 21. If I was 21 again, you're not going to be with a woman of this generation if you ain't with that rah-rah.
Well,
but you just got to know how to deal with it.
That's a choice. You still got to make that choice. You got a right. The best thing somebody told me was you have a right to change your mind. Like you got that right. So, but a lot of people override that right and engage.
Okay. Well, final question. Let me ask you this: if I see all of these young guys on TV, on the news and stuff, on TV, on ESPN and stuff, and Tory, after they do this, they look like they just came from church. They don't even look angry.
Oh, you saying after they do what? Abuse?
Yeah, and let me ask you this. And if this is going on, Tory, even in the Maxwell Anderson case,
right?
We know our black woman has a problem. She's the most abused, hurt, unprotected being on the planet. Would you address and consider that there's something seriously wrong with our black woman that will provoke a man to feel a certain way and act a certain way?
We know it's people that provoke. It's not just one-sided, because it is some women that provoke verbally. I always tell people sometimes what women say verbally is like a smack to a man. A woman will verbally abuse you and it'll feel like a punch, and a man will use physical abuse and it's an actual punch. So it depends. That's why I say you gotta recognize situations that you're not going to end up well no matter what it is, because if you engage in these type of situations, eventually somebody going to go to jail or somebody going to go to hell. Like it just, either way, it's not going to end up good. That's all I'm saying. So why not recognize it off the top and walk away and keep yourself in a space where you can actually move in a different direction instead of going in one direction, which is downhill, which is into destruction.
Right. So you actually thought about what I was trying to say, and what you're saying transcends time and the situation, which applies to it and makes it correct.
Mm-hmm. Well, all I'm saying is we gotta have like some type of logic when we engage. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people only see the fireworks in the front end, but they don't see the back end. They just only engaging without understanding, okay, where this is all going to end up. And I know a lot of people are impulsive and they get upset and they feel like they right in that moment. But sometimes you can be upset for the right reasons, but wrong in your reaction.
I agree, brother, because it's so you're right. I'll leave it right. You know what I mean? I'll leave it right there. I just agree with you again. God bless you.
Hey, God bless you. God bless you. You know, sometimes you can be upset, but it's how you move after you upset that may change your life. And it only take a couple seconds to change your whole life. Make that decision to leave so you can live to fight another day. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more discussion. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Milwaukee Black Talk.
You don't want to be there. You don't like the work. You don't like the people. Now, there are some differences. The only difference is modern American slavery and capitalism versus 19th century. We were dramatically more primitive back then. And a slave that is able to buy their freedom is the same as the disaffected, disgruntled worker that is able to buy their way into entrepreneurship, because that for them is freedom.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Severe flooding from hurricanes and other serious storms frequently damage cars. However, some of these flooded vehicles will end up back on car lots or for sale online, with no indication they were submerged in floodwaters. If you are in the market for a used vehicle, make sure you are buying from a reputable dealership and use the National Insurance Crime Bureau's free online VIN check service to help verify the car's history. If you suspect fraud, call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Hi, I'm Priscilla Presley. My love for animals began when I was 5 years old. That sparked a lifelong commitment to speak up for animals who can't speak for themselves. Elvis and I supported American Humane Society because your compassion can change a life. American Humane Society strengthens the bond between humans and animals. Please visit AmericanHumane.org to learn more. Thank you.
I'm Angela Bassett. As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, one bite can turn an ordinary meal into a life-threatening reaction. And too often, they don't have the one thing that could save them: epinephrine. But emergencies don't wait. And when a severe reaction happens, being prepared makes all the difference. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine that makes it easier than ever to be ready. No needles, no hesitation, because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready-to-act.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Real life superhero. Coming through, running through, black bandana. Little kid screaming, that's Tory Lowe. I gotta say, my city black man can do. I'm just here to do what God say. 10 toes down in Milwaukee. They put my name on the highways. If you need me, better call me. And they say When something going on, who you gon' call? Tory Lowe. When something going wrong, who you gon' call? Tory Lowe. When something going on, who you gon' call? Tory Lowe. When something going wrong, who you gon' call? Tory Lowe. Uncle Tory, where the you been at? I know you hear him calling, that's Tory Lowe. It's a lot going on, you gotta get back. Who else gonna be the one to do? Goddamn.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. A new bill aims to strengthen Wisconsin's drunken driving laws. Y'all know we've been talking about, I don't see a difference in reckless driving and drunken driving. And I've been trying to tell y'all, I don't separate the two. Anytime you get behind the wheel and act irresponsible in any kind of way, to me, that's reckless driving. So, but I started seeing that, okay, when they say reckless driving, they trying to talk about black people, like, or, you know, black and brown, I guess, if you want to throw that in there. But OWI, that's white people. You know, they could get like 5 or 6 of these things, you know. But let's see what they doing to strengthen the drunken driving laws. If you're listening as we broadcast live, let's listen.
A packed Capitol committee room.
I'm Ron Thomas. It's my wife, Janelle.
Ronald and Janelle Thomas sat before lawmakers, introducing them to their late daughter, Caitlin.
I want you to all get to know Caitlin.
She was a recent Mosinee High grad in July 2021, on her way home from dropping a friend off in Wausau.
We got a notification through Life 360 that Caitlin made an abrupt stop and you should check on her. So we all started calling and texting and didn't hear from her, so we drove up there.
A wrong-way drunk driver had killed the 18-year-old. Their grief turning into action, urging Wisconsin lawmakers Wednesday to pass a bill closing multiple drunk driving law loopholes, with a focus on this, an ignition interlock device.
Before I came to Matt 18 years ago, I thought, well, just take away their license. That'll stop them from driving drunk. It doesn't. You need technology. You need the ignition interlock.
The interlock device is installed in an offender's car. They have to blow into it to prove they haven't been drinking in order for the car to start. Current law does not punish interlock violations.
Right now in Wisconsin, you can try to drive drunk on these devices as much as you want, but once you're 1 year over, you're done.
But this new legislation would change that, requiring the device stay installed an additional 6 months anytime there's a violation. The bill not changing the Thomases' reality, but instead helping them meet their 2 goals.
To create the world that Caitlin lived, and then 2 is to keep it from happening to somebody else.
All right. You want to keep the machine in the car. I thought they was finna get harsh like they did with reckless driving. I thought they was about to put the foot down. And like I said, it's 2 separate conversations going on. Reckless driving for the people on the north side and OWIs for everybody on the outskirts of Wisconsin. I hate this. I hate it. You know. All right. Well, you know what? It's a setup, you know. Reckless driving and drunk driving, one is for black and one is for white. And like you said, like you saw in the video as we was broadcasting live, you know, white townships are trying to figure out how to best figure out this drunken driving thing. And maybe you need to keep the machine in the car to blow into it. You know, that they trying to extend the blower. You know, I don't even see, if you got to blow on the machine to get in the vehicle, you shouldn't be driving. If you got to blow in them, see, they going to keep they people on the road because they know they can't stop somebody from driving in their towns because people going to flip out. So, okay, yeah, I was drinking. You know, I'm going to take some classes. I'm going to have this blower thing in my car. How you hook up your breath to the ignition and blow your breath in there and the car start right up? I mean, that's for the outskirts. This is what because they drink they understand drinking because a lot of times, a lot of those kids, when I went to college, I couldn't believe how much beer they was consuming. Like when I was in the hood, when I first went off to school, I was going through a culture shock because A lot of those kids was my age, and they was drinking people under the table. They said they had been drinking for a long time. So I was shocked. Andrew, what age do usually people start drinking, in smaller towns? Yeah.
I would say like 16, 17. Because I know I think I went to a college or a high school party that had beer one time, like in high school. But yeah, you're right. Wisconsin's different though, too. Wisconsin's the drinking capital of the world.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is the OWI, they try to keep it separate from the reckless driving.
Obviously.
It's probably more harsher. They going to tow your car. You're going to go under the bus if you get caught reckless driving. But if you get caught with an OWI, you can get this blower in your car, still be able to go to work, still be able to travel. I'm just saying.
I had a coworker in North Dakota, Tory, that had the blower in his car.
I had some friends when I was in Iowa and Minnesota that they had the blower in their car. Then they was trying to get me to blow in it to start it up. I say, I'm not doing that. I don't even know what that is. I couldn't believe that they had this kind of device. I had never seen it.
Imagine getting mono like that.
Oh, wow.
It could get mono. Oh, it could happen. My friend.
Do it work if somebody else blowing it, or?
Yes.
So how do they know it's you? They don't even know.
Somebody sober blew into this. That's all they know.
Wow. All right. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Matter of fact, we got the giveaway coming up. If you want to enter into our Gruber Law Office 5K giveaway, we'll be shortly doing the Gruber Law Office giveaway, so you can enter in to win $5,000. But there's a story that I wanted to talk about. The 14-year-old shot during an exchange of gunfire between two cars. I want to get that one in before I do the giveaway. Once again, another tragic situation. 14-year-old once again shot during exchange of gunfire between two cars. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, we got some video on this. Let's listen.
You see that crash happening here. 12 News obtained video of the collision and one person in the car climbing out of the back window and running away right when police arrive.
Look at these young people.
My neighbor next door, he said he heard shootings coming from the other side of the street. I didn't hear anything until I went back and I had to watch those videos, and I did hear some shootings, but it was crazy this morning.
Well, police have not announced any arrests.
Wow. And when they do this, when they crash these cars, because it looked like it was stolen, it looked like some little kids was in this car, at least this one went back to help his buddy. Like in this video. He went back to pull his friend out, but he was stuck. But, it seems like Grand Theft Auto is just, every time I see these videos and people crashing and the car flipping over, how do they jump out and start running? Like the video game. Like back when I was coming up, you got caught in a car crash, you laid on the ground in pain. Like you needed life alert or something. Like you fell over and you couldn't move. Now, I've never seen these many young, these young kids made of plastic or something, because they get in these accidents and they just jump out and start running. Fast as possible. Wow. Well, before we go to break, I think we got the giveaway. Let me get the giveaway up.
One call, that's all.
Hey, look, once again, it's your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office 5K giveaway, courtesy of Gruber Law Office, right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. This is your chance to be entered in to win $5,000. Be caller number 10 right now at 833-212-1017, and you will be entered in to win our $5,000 giveaway right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Once again, be caller number 10, 833-212-1017. And remember, if you or a loved one are injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com for official contest rules. Visit 1017thetruth.com.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
I slept in a lot of different rooms, different beds, but none of them really felt like mine. I spent 14 years in foster care, mostly in group homes. And I never had much stuff because I always had to be ready to move. Why get things if you just have to let them go?
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a forever family and a permanent home of their own.
Now I have my own room with walls that tell my story. I love hanging out in here. I play dress up with my sisters and I sing and make videos. But the best part, knowing I'll always have a place to go and a family that loves and supports me.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. To help ring in the new year, I sat down with Bloomberg U.S. Sports business reporter Randall Williams to get his take on which prominent black sports figures we should keep an eye on in 2026. And right now, all eyes are on the WNBA. It's as popular as ever, but they're without a collective bargaining agreement. And Terry Carmichael Jackson is at the center of negotiations as executive director of the Women's National Basketball Players Association.
Everybody wants this fair deal. And Terry is trying to negotiate on behalf of the players so that they're able to gain more equity, a better revenue sharing split that allows them to grow with the business of the W. And we've seen these expansion fees go from $50 million to $250 million. And then there's a team for sale that will surely exceed that $250 million price. But with that in mind, we all want to see the players get paid more.
That's Bloomberg's Randall Williams. How Jackson handles these talks could make a huge difference in a key moment for women's pay in sports. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Center update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. Wednesday night, the Milwaukee Bucks came up just short against the Golden State Warriors, losing on the road 120-113. Giannis Antetokounmpo led all scorers with 34 points, with all the Bucks starters reaching double figures. The Bucks face off against the Los Angeles Lakers on Friday night on the road. And last night, the Marquette Golden Eagles were able to hold on against Xavier, winning 66-65 at home. Next up for Marquette is a showdown against Villanova at home on Saturday. The Miami Dolphins have fired head coach Mike McDaniel after a 7-10 season. McDaniel had a 35-33 record with the Dolphins. His firing makes 8 new head coaching openings around the NFL. And tonight, the 10-seeded Miami Hurricanes take on the 6-seeded Ole Miss Rebels in the Fiesta Bowl of the semifinals of the college football playoffs. Kickoff is at 6:30 p.m. This True Sports Update was brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Congratulations to Cynthia. You'll be entered in to win our Gruber Law Office 5K giveaway, courtesy of Gruber Law Office. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. Also, Truth Nation, mark your calendars Friday, February 20th for the second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman, celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. Tickets are on sale soon. Visit 1017thetruth.com to learn more. Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks, Gruber Law Office, Steinhoffel's, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. Come celebrate with us Friday, February 20th at the Truth Community Awards, hosted by Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman. The time is 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Venue 3 in the 3rd Street Market Hall right here downtown. Do not miss out on the biggest community event award show of the year. Okay? Joining me on the lines out in V-Mix, if you're watching as we broadcast live, see the lovely Elizabeth Brown as we broadcast live. Advocate Arthur Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Hey, salute, King. It's Thursday already. Happy Thursday.
Hey, happy Thursday, AT. We had to cover a lot on the show today. Definitely covered a lot. But I do want to talk about MPS. We had a couple ideas with MPS where the coach slapped the student, and then that was a huge deal. But the one that bothers me, that's kind of raising my eyebrow, is the administrator that's from Minnesota that's currently under investigation for $25 million, but he was just given the job in administration right here in the city of Milwaukee. Now he's on leave.
That part.
What's happening then?
Hey, you already know. Like I said, failure. When we're talking about these institutions, when we're talking about these individuals, like I said, a failing mayor who picks other failures. The whole goal is to get money. Okay, and you when you a crook, you hire crooks. It's not about the person who can do the job. It's about, again, the person who's going to turn their head and play along to get along just to secure the bag. And again, the failures of MPS, as it always has been, they have literally strong arm robbed the people because when I voted no to MPS, a lot of people voted, well, it wasn't even a lot. I don't think the gap was really that big, but they were able to keep it knowing that the paperwork wasn't right, which I personally felt that it should have been null and void, that it shouldn't have went through due to the fact that the paperwork wasn't right. That mean, y'all false advertised, y'all had the community believe that they were doing the right thing for MPS. And again, here we go. Another eye opener of how the failure that is MPS continues to go. We're talking about an individual who was put on leave, again, getting money while we have teachers.
That was his position.
While we have teachers not getting the check, while we have coaches not getting the check, while we have lead pipe still inside the schools, while we have a failing school system, a school system that the kids have to go home in the summertime when it's too hot because there is no air conditioning, and then you have this top heavy, big paid administration again because the teachers not getting those salaries. We're talking about individuals who couldn't even keep the paperwork straight. The thievery. Come on. What's a part of the job when we're talking about administration? I work in administration. They supposed to make sure all the I's is dotted and the T's is crossed to get paid.
Wow.
Come on. Failure.
Like I said, I mean, and he was the senior financial officer. And he came over here after he left a $25 million hole in the system that he came from. But
it's a lot.
Hold on. Who's hiring these people? Who is hiring?
Come on.
Who
that
hiring
part?
These people? Who the one?
The mayor?
Who doing the background check? Who like, okay, you a good candidate. I mean, you could get a job at Walmart and they gonna do a background check on you. They go, they do a better background check trying to be a clerk at Walmart.
Tory, even if the background checks is done, that's just like the now superintendent. Her license was suspended from the last state she came from. And she was still hired. Okay?
Was it suspended or she had some paperwork issues?
She had paperwork issues. The same reason we removed the last superintendent. Okay? And she was hired. Okay? This is where you can go to get, again, it's criminal. This is a criminal enterprise. Milwaukee is known. When we look at MPS and all of the individuals that they had prior to, it was always some type of scam going on. Where's the monies? Because the kid's not getting it and the teacher's not either.
They asking him where the money at in Minnesota. This the financial person. This the person that was running the numbers.
That part.
He got...
Right.
Allegedly, hold on, let me throw that out there because they investigate. Allegedly, he put a $25 million hole in Minnesota and he was working for us. Hey, what was he coming here to do?
To make another hole.
Hey.
Again. And he know people that know people. And like I said, you have individuals here who are going to jail for petty crimes. I haven't seen none of these individuals receive no time, not even to the point of being charged. So
here we go.
Another day in the life of the failures of Milwaukee.
Also, we had a person that's running for governor come through today. Kelda Royston came through, senator out of Madison, Wisconsin, out of Wisconsin's 26th Senate district. She came in and talked to Truth Nation today.
Hey, salute. Again, I encourage anybody that's everybody to listen to everybody and anybody who's running in these seats. We need new blood. At this point, we can no longer go with the status quo or what we would consider the name brand individuals, because the people that's been sitting in this seat and known is the reason why we're in the condition we in.
Wow. Like I said, it's a lot. The governor race, I told us, going to have to go through the Tory Lowe show. You can try to avoid the show, but it may not come out too good for you. It might not come out. Hey, you got to come and talk about it. And
if you real about it, you ain't dodging the smoke.
But let me tell you something. You can try to circle around it, but you're going to find out in the end that, it
ain't going to work in your benefit. Absolutely.
When I say open up your ears, it's people
they
listening. They listening.
Absolutely. And if you dodging the smoke, that means that you ain't did the work.
Hey, she wasn't even from Milwaukee, so I couldn't even. I was trying to get her to talk about what the Democrats is doing, but she from Madison, so I couldn't really press her about what was going on around here. But she was able to talk her way through it. But like I said, she's not from here. She from Madison, so.
Again, do a deep dive on her.
Right.
Do it because you just don't want to throw your vote to nobody. Right. You got to make sure that they have some results.
No, we got to make sure we getting something in return and making these people make commitments to what they can do for us for our votes. Because the Milwaukee vote puts a lot of these Democrats in these seats.
Absolutely.
So we
have nothing to show for it.
I want you to tell me what what is the plan for us right now so I can measure it. I can measure you when you come around again. What are you going to do? And we don't get that outcome, even though Milwaukee pushes people into these seats on the state level.
literally for life. And like I said, I want to know not only what you're gonna do for us, but what you have done. Because a lot of these people, when you look at the history of the do nothings,
Right.
they have a history of doing nothing and saying a lot. I don't give a damn about what you talking about. Show me the money.
Right, but
Show me the
let me
results.
tell you something. They got the money. We got the funny. Look, when we come back, Elizabeth Brown, I want to get your final thoughts on the show today. Truth Nation. Stay
Let's do it.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth, Kyle Wallace, and the time is now, Milwaukee. Truth to Power is your platform, and on my show, our community always has a voice. There is no topic that is off limits, and I always give you my authentic opinions on how I feel, because keeping it real is the only way I know how to get down. Listen to Truth to Power with me, Kyle Wallace, every day from noon to 1 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube at 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends, if it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit nationalguard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
It starts with a spark. At Milwaukee College Prep, the spark turns to something extraordinary. From age 3 through 8th grade, MCP nurtures brilliance, building scholars with knowledge, character, and confidence. 88% of the students face economic hardships, but that doesn't define them, because at MCP, every child's potential shines. With 4 campuses and one powerful mission, college and beyond, Milwaukee College Prep is free, high-performing, and open to all Milwaukee families. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to enroll or get involved. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com, where Milwaukee's future begins to shine. Elizabeth Brown.
Yes,
Today
sir.
I had to talk about bullying at the Hope schools, and when while I was waiting for the kids to, because they had the assembly. So while the kids was coming in, I was playing this song right here, and they all started doing the sauce. Like, they just started
I
dancing.
bet.
And
Absolutely.
it was a hit. So I've been playing it on the show today. So it's just powerful to see, like, the kids and the bullying
Do the
has to
cha-cha.
stop. Yeah, the bullying has to stop. But we had a great time today. And like I
That's
said,
good.
we're going to work it out. I got a couple ideas that I implemented. And here we go. But at the end of the day, Elizabeth Brown is 2026, and we already got pile of tricks going on. A lot of things happening. And at least we ahead of it. We talking about it now.
Absolutely. We definitely ahead of, I think we're not in a great space, but we're in a good space. We not where we want to be, but we not where we used to be. So again, I take it right now, a lot of us are in a better headspace to be able to get ourselves in a position to have our minds open, so we're able to see certain things. Because for a long time, we had those program blinders on to only look one way, to only stand on one side, and was made to believe that we can't change our minds. But I think right now, it's a pivotal time where we have opened our minds and opened our eyes, and even seeing the unseen, because it's not what you're seeing, it's what you're not seeing that you really have to pay attention to. It's the subliminals, it's the small print, it's the wording, it's the body language. You have to make sure you tuned all the way in and not getting distracted by the whistles, the dog whistles that a lot of these individuals blowing. Like we was just talking about yesterday, how they was doing the whole tour about how crime that went down, and then here we are in 2026 that murders is up. Okay,
Right.
so
I
again,
guess the murders,
it's
they ain't
definitely
trying to
out.
include that. They sidestepping the murder, saying crime is down. I
Of
didn't ask
course.
you about crime. I asked you about homicide, but they
Period.
always got to do that PR, and this is where we got to
Absolutely.
draw the line in the sand, because are we gonna continue to keep discussing what we're tired of, or are we gonna show it through action with our votes? And they can tell by the way we vote that what's coming out of our mouth ain't really how we feel.
Absolutely. And it's bigger than your vote. It's bigger than, you just voting. You have to be about that action.
Right.
Literally. You have to show up in these spaces and places and call a thing a thing, in these, like I said, nowhere that I've ever seen that was well ran is there the comfortability of these failures to be out and about and smiling and shaking hands and kissing babies. It's pressure being applied. They're not going to go amongst the people that they done robbed or they done mistreated with a smile and not get addressed like a scammer. Because, again, we got to stop allowing these people to be comfortable. And like I stated, I'm a true believer in when you really doing the work, you're not going to allow a faker to come in the room and act like they did something without you checking it.
Hey, look, it seemed like they think that we going to have that short memory loss when the elections come around. Like,
Absolutely.
They don't do too much. Then they come back and circle around and recycle the promises from the first time they got in. And a lot of people got short-term memory loss. They just, they forget that this person, or they forget that they didn't get nothing, and they go back again, back in the same pot with the hole in it.
Hey, well, for a long time, we know that the dedicated block of individuals that was voting this way was the elders, and we have been privy to be on the front line of the last couple of years where our elders been truly suffering. So I really want to see what they going to do this year, knowing that the individuals that they voted for, that they stood in lines for, that they rallied around, they've been suffering tremendously the last couple of years. I mean, everything we hearing about is hitting the elders in their golden years. They having to get out in March and everything else. So we finna see really if we're tired or we're not. But truly, the elders and really us, who is the foundation that's in the middle, that's having to fight for the youth and the elderly. You know what we're about to do. Are we really about to be about that action and move these fools around, or are we gonna fall back to sleep? So I'm here for it. I want to see what's finna
They
transpire.
act like they got the itis when it's time to vote.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
Hey, but on another note, the Packers playing the Bears in Chicago, for the
And they
wild
better
card
do
round.
something.
Hey, here we go.
They better do. Hey, look here. I don't care where we like. For us to, we should never bow down. Okay, to the. I don't care. We never lose to the Bears. Okay, like.
Hey, they
so,
got one. They got
Packers,
their little 2 wins. At the end of last year, they got one. This year we split, but now this playoffs gonna be the tiebreaker. We gonna, hey, come on, Green Bay. Yeah, I believe Green Bay.
Green
can get
Bay,
this.
look here. Hey, I'm putting it out in the universe. I'm putting it out in the. Quit playing. We don't play with the Bears at all. Like, it's not a game. Okay.
Hey,
it's not a game. We can't stop playing. Stop playing. It's go time.
Hey, look,
no mercy.
Look, I'll say this, Green Bay all the way, but a lot of times when you see, at the beginning of the year, high hopes. Michael Parsons came in, high hopes.
Come on.
We lose Michael Parsons. We lose one player. And everybody hey,
momentum.
That goes to show how powerful, what a difference one player can make to change the game.
Absolutely. It's the energy. But we also have to make sure, and I hope the Packers listening, if you listening, look, it's not about the last game, because sometimes being winners, because we really good at winning, sometimes we have to lose to refocus. So that's our refocus. We done seen it. We coming back with a vengeance.
And
down go the Bears.
And every loss is a lesson. So if you learned the lesson from the loss,
it's time to slay.
It's not a real loss, right? I always tell people
it's time to slay.
A loss ain't bad if you learned the lesson. The problem with the loss is if you don't learn the lesson and you lose again the same way.
That part. And we can't stand that. We can't stand that pressure. It's go time.
Well, fire up that song again, Andrew, because that's my favorite song right now. All I can picture is the kids going crazy in the assembly, and then they didn't even know, what it was, but they was going crazy.
Did you do the salsa? Did you do the salsa?
I did a little bit. I did a little bit. Me and the teacher did a little salsa. But
shaking a little tail feather.
I was just mimicking them. Yeah, I was mimicking them. I wanted to hear the salsa record. I guess we can't do it. I guess Andrew was like, we can't play it. But all right, Queen, I appreciate you for being on the front lines as usual. And we got a lot of work to do.
Hey, as always, King.
We gonna be.
Hey, I'm here for it. Let's get it.
Be safe. I'll talk to you soon, Andrew. I wanted to hear my salsa song. We gotta hear this. This is the song that we gotta end the show with. Oh wow. You could have let the people hear it one more time. But look. I appreciate everybody that tuned into the show today. The one thing, if you could take away from this show, is that it's the new year, and we got to stop having fear. We got to be able to approach the situation, analyze it, and get an outcome that's tangible, that we can say, hey, look, we got something for either our vote, for our efforts. It's all about catching results in 2026. Keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go and look both ways before you cross the streets. Salute to everybody in the chat. Another powerful chat. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.